Good morning, people from 11th grade project. Here is a little tutorial on what you have to do with your research log, as you seem not to understand what you have to do, or you seem not to be aware that your presentation is next Monday. So, in any case, I am going to help you understand what you have to do. I would like to start talking to you about the ethics documental database. This is the document you created in the beginning, and as you can see, there are plenty of modifications that you haven't done. There are other different activities that I had given the report and I had told you what to do, and anyways, you didn't do it. So I just recommend you to make changes and revisions on this. Apart from this, there's something you need to know. On Tuesday, during your presentation, you are going to present something called a preliminary document. In that preliminary document, you need a cover page, an introduction, an analysis, and finally the research log, which is the one that hasn't been done yet. The cover page is ready, as we are going to use the same cover page you were using in the beginning, which is this one. Okay? Then you're going to find that you need to create an introduction. For this introduction, I recommend you to take the information from the hypothesis, the objectives, and the historical context and rephrase it in order to create an introduction. Do not add any bullet points or numbered organization, just divide it into paragraphs. And remember to modify and add the necessary connectors in order to make it well done. Who are the responsibles? Well, I'm going to share this document with you as soon as I choose them, and the deadline for everybody is going to be next Monday for our project class. Then we have to create an analysis of all the things. For this analysis, we are going to take the problem questions, the rationale, and the research questions to create this part of the document. But there is something you need to do before. You're going to notice that our problem questions are, well, questions. Okay? And our rationale indicates another thing. So something important for you is that you put those two together in order to create a paragraph, one or two paragraphs in which you start your analysis. Then we are going to work with the research questions. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 are kind of solved at the same as number 4. 3 and 4 are not deep enough. And number 5, well, the people in charge of them just didn't do it. So I suggest you to work on them before you work on the analysis. Finally, what takes me here is the research log. And that's why I'm creating this tutorial for you. So let me explain to you. Here, we have some research questions that we can take into account for the research log. I'm going to enter one here. We have this one says that you can create this into a question in the beginning. I'm going to use Nicolai's and Claudia's example, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to do your work, people. So our first question says, how could the different revolutionary ideologies be applied in the school environment? Well, that's an interesting question. And we're going to find that, for example, let's take this and we add it here. Perfect. And here, the complete citation of the item found. And this is the thing, people. We are going to take these links that you have at the end in order to create that. I'm just going to say an example, just an example, okay? That I will take this Wikipedia test, this Wikipedia web link. I enter the web link. Yes. And let's suppose, but you know what? This is a book, so guess what? Maybe this one is not going to work for us. So let's change it. Let's say that I take this one. Let's say that I take one of these concepts from dictionary.com. Okay? So I add it here and look for it. Well, it's taking a little time. So let's go back to the link and show you. Oh, here it is. I'm going to take the a definition that we find here. Okay? For example, gosh, the right of different groups of people to have a similar social position and receive the same treatment. So I copy and paste the quote exactly as I see it. Okay? It's very important that we do that. Yes. It doesn't seem to have added it here. Let's see. So I copy and then I paste in the research log. Let's see. Oh gosh. Perfect. This one. Remember that when you copy a link first, it cannot have these different links to other words as you can see it here. You have to copy it as a plain text. And remember that you have to add the APA style to this. The evaluation of this material. For example, if we have that, if we say that equality is a revolutionary ideology that can be applied in the school environment, we can say how this relates or contributes to our paper or our argument. And we can say, for example, equality is a paramount element of a revolutionary movement, and it may be taken to school to have a more equal community, for example. Okay? Here we've paraphrased the ideas, and we can say, according to Cambridge Dictionary, yes, equality is blah blah blah, and we are going to take this part and rephrase it. Remember that rephrase is saying the same thing with different words. And now, my dear students, this is another thing you need to take into account. And it's that, as for example, this question, how could the different revolutionary ideologies be applied in the school environment, can be used for almost every dictionary definition that we find here. We have this one from the Free Dictionary. We also find this one. Oh, this is equality, which we have already done. Oh, we have this one as nationalism. In the same research log, we are going to add the same question and the different websites that we need to use. Okay? Remember, my dear students, to be careful for not using the same words as you see, because it's called plagiarism. So I'm going to undo all the things I have done here in order for you to do your things. Remember that we need to create the log for every single ethics documental database document that we find here. All of them, my dear students. And it means that we need to be very careful with the things we do. I suggest you not to forget about it and do this. So let me remind you, in the end, our deadline is next Monday, which is March 27. Okay? And again, March 27, everything has to be done for March 27. And this is the thing. You did not do your homework during the weekend as I had told you, which means that you have already failed one of the learning experiences of the project. You have the chance to modify it by doing this. You have the chance to make it better by doing this. So you'd better do it. On Monday, we will have a little raffle to see who are the students who will present this in the oral presentation from Tuesday. But let me tell you something. If some of you don't do your work as I am going to present it here, those automatically will be the people who will present it and will have to do their work. So I just hope you pay careful attention to this and let me know if you have any more questions. Thank you and bye. Have a good day.